In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's...
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. For over 4
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView.
And the sports animal. Here's Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
You knew about it a long, long time ago. About 2 years ago. You knew. Now, the rest of the country's catching up. How often is it that New Mexico's way ahead of the times? And you knew about it. Bill. Just Bill. Corey Krosky Merritt and the hype train. The excitement. The shooting up in his fantasy draft rankings. It's accelerated. Bill. 11 carries, 46 yards, and a touchdown in a preseason game. And y'all are in a frenzy. What's up, boys and girls, or Bills and girls? It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM at AM 610, the sports animal. Thank you for finding us this morning. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck, how you living?
What it do?
You like yourself some Bill last night on the Monday Night Football?
Load up on Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt.
I don't know if he will start out as the number one back because Austin Eckler's there. They get the guy from why am I forgetting the guy from Boise State?
Mick Nichols.
Thank you. But he's electric, and he will make that team. And Brian Robinson is on the trading block, and a lot of guys got running opportunities yesterday. Brian Robinson wasn't one of them. But Bill's been getting all the hype coming out of college. Do you remember Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt as a Lobo? He was here in Danny Gonzalez's final year 2 seasons ago. Came over. He was one of the Alabama State transfers and just took over. And this was when was it Ashton Genty won Player of the Year? And we were having a conversation, should Bill be part of it? And no.
That was last year.
Yeah, with Devin Dampier.
Dampier.
Yeah. And Bill just was fantastic. And, why Bill? Because he looked like little Bill from the cartoons when he was a kid. And he left. Didn't he go? He went to Arizona, took some money, went up to Washington for a minute, right? Took some NIL money, went to Ole Miss for a quick second, took some NIL money, and went back to Arizona, played a game last year, and then was hurt. So really his college tape is in New Mexico, and then he was MVP of one of the All-Star games. It was the East-West Shrine game or the Senior Bowl, one of those games.
So he wasn't hurt last year.
Oh, that's right. It was the eligibility issue.
Which is...
That's right.
A weird one. Where he said he gave someone else's number and he didn't play, but that person played, and then they credited him with that year playing.
Right. That's exactly what it was. It was and Arizona said, we can't take the chance because we've lost enough games already. We can't lose any more. So he was good. I don't know, man. It was fun to watch him last night, and I thought it was a great moment when Jaden Daniels went and found, and hope it might be the same ball. It might not be. Who the hell knows? When he scored his touchdown, Jaden Daniels went out and got a ball, which we're going to say is the same ball that he carried into the end zone. So Bill will have a memento from his first NFL touchdown, even though it was preseason. I thought it was terrific. I'm rooting for him. When he was on our show, the 3, 4, 5 times, he was terrific.
Good dude. You saw the explosiveness, just the overall strength and athleticism, and I expect him to make that roster, and they do feel confident in the Commanders and their running back room, which why they put Brian Robinson Jr. on the trade block just 2 weeks before the season starts, and I think Krosky-Merritt can absolutely carve out a role in that room.
It's probably that's a multi-back situation, right? Eckler's your third down back, and maybe it's Jeremy McNichols. Look, man, Deebo Samuels is going to carry the ball. They got a lot of dudes there. And who's going to be their leading rusher potentially? He's their quarterback. So we'll see. Jaden Daniels was really good yesterday too. By the way, Jaden Daniels scored the touchdown, 1 carry, 14 yards. I don't see him show up in the passing stats. Their quarterback last night. It was all Josh Johnson and Sam Hartman. It was an interesting little Monday night. Did you watch much of it?
Bits and pieces. Again, it's things that stood out to me really were more issues with Cincinnati. I was looking forward to seeing the running backs, especially with the news just breaking over the last day or so about Brian Robinson Jr. So knowing that Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt was going to have an opportunity, he's been one of the most hyped rookies in preseason so far. Just overall, when you're looking at the camp reports and people wondering who could make some noise, and he is getting a lot of attention across the board.
Yeah, tons of it. And now you kind of understand why, right? I mean, just taking a look at him last night, you understand why he's getting all that attention. You watch Cincinnati, and they're not good defensively. And it was interesting to listen to some of the commentary afterwards with Troy Aikman and Joe Buck on with Rich Eisen on the post-game show. And Trey Hendrickson was at the game, and he's not budging. He's their best defensive player. Now, I don't know how he stops the run. He's an edge rusher. He gets to the passer. But Hendrickson did speak with Laura Rutledge last night from ESPN before the game. And she said that he told her that he and the team are in close agreement on the total annual average salary of the length of the deal, but the sticking point is the guaranteed money. And he's not moving. And Cincinnati's stance on not providing secured salary after the first season, which is something we heard with them in regards to their draft pick, was the same thing, is got this thing at a standstill. And at the beginning of the year, the Bengals gave Trey Hendrickson the ability to go seek a club that was willing to acquire him. Nothing's materialized so far. This is a 4-time Pro Bowler. He's not old. He's kind of at the back end of his prime at 31 years old, set to make $16 million this year. He's holding in, and they need him because he said this was about 2 weeks ago, he said, recognition is not something I'm chasing. It's not. I think I made my statements clear. Security is something that I value. And telling my wife where we're going to play, those are the things that matter to me. They need him. They are, look, they're going to win early. They never do. Okay? This is a team that has like some abysmal record in the first couple games of the season. They open up with the Browns and the Jaguars. They better win early, right? But they need him because defensively they are not good.
You know it's rough when people say, hey, your team can be better if you just have average defensive play. Like, if you go from bad to just average, you might have a chance. But Cincinnati walked themselves into this corner. And I don't know, was it just, hey, man, we got to do everything for Joe Burrow, and so pay Jamar Chase, which is a no-brainer. But I still don't understand the T. Higgins contract.
I agree with you.
That is so much money for a number 2 wide receiver.
Yep.
And then you're just like, oh, I guess we need to cut back somewhere. We'll cut back on the defense.
Let me tell you something. If they didn't sign T. Higgins and they had this Mitchell Tinsley, did you see him last night?
Like, Joe Burrow is the type of quarterback where whoever is a number 2 wide receiver is going to be fine.
Well, I watched Jake Browning throw the ball at Mitchell Tinsley. Did you see the 2 touchdown catches he made?
That's pretty good.
They were beyond pretty good. The first one was phenomenal. The body control, the spin, he had a dude draped all over him. Like, you can't cover better. If you're playing Xbox or you're playing Madden or whatever you're playing, like, you don't throw that ball, you can't make that catch, right? And then the second one, to get his feet down and go up and over a taller defensive back. First of all, Jake Browning, when we're talking about backup quarterbacks, he's got to be near your top of your list too. But look, Mitchell Tinsley, I don't know where he came from. He was cut by the Washington Redskins. He's from Penn State. I mean, I understand that. I had no idea. But that dude, as they said on the postgame show, put him in the Hall of Fame because we had an unbelievable preseason game. I agree with you, man. I don't know. Their wide receiver room is really, really bunchy. And I don't know who they're going to cut and what they're going to do. I don't know how that guy doesn't make that team. And if he doesn't, he will make a team. To me, he's better than Yoshivas, right? Just what I saw, just watching him play yesterday. He's spectacular. He's listed third, the third string third receiver. That means he's listed as their 9th receiver, behind Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Yoshivas. Jermaine Burton, Charlie Jones, Isaiah Williams, Kendrick Pryor, Cole Burgess, all listed in front of him.
I think he'd be a top 4. I think, Burton's a guy that they've had for a couple seasons that's gotten some trouble, hasn't really been able to climb the depth chart. You have a performance like that, and you're a wide receiver 4, wide receiver 3.
Show me a team right now that wouldn't upgrade right there with that guy. Like, if he gets cut, Kansas City's going, I got you, right? I mean, like, Kansas City would work. New England would love that. Washington, who already cut him, who's sitting out there, and we'll get into the Terry McLaurin holdout thing as well. I mean, anywhere. Like, to me, how's he not an upgrade everywhere to your 2nd, 3rd, 4th receiver? He was terrific last night. All right, McLaurin's still holding out. He wants $33 million a year. $33 million a year. They're at like 29.5. So does that mean, or 28.5? Does that mean we're close? 29, 30? He wants what Deebo Samuel got. Same draft class, similar stats, $33 million a year. I don't know. I mean, they need him too. And to not give Jade Daniels his best weapon going to his 2nd season and trying to maximize that window and what you got in your rookie quarterback contract, I think is criminal. I think they find a way to make the McLaurin thing work. I'm way more confident in the McLaurin thing than I am in Trey Hendrickson.
I would agree with that at this point in time, especially just with how stingy the Bengals are, and they went so over the top on those wide receivers. It's going to be that much harder for Trey Hendrickson to get the guarantees that he wants in that deal for multiple seasons.
Yeah. I just, and it's Cincinnati. So, all right, let me give you phone numbers to get in today. 505-246-0610. Area code 505-246-0610. That's the phone line and the text line here at the Sports Animal. Your emails come in, jeff@sportsanimалabq.com. jj@sportsanimалabq.com. On the Twitter or the X, it's _JJ Buck. Adrian's in producing on ProView Networks. The TV show is on Xfinity Channel 26. You can watch it there. It's also on our Facebook page, the OD in the AM, and on the YouTube channel for ProView Networks. Lots to do today. We got to get through Dodgers and Padres post their series. How'd they do last night? Well, they did exactly the same thing that each other did. They both did the same thing. Yeah. We'll get you there. And tons of NFL stuff to get through today as well. Tomorrow, Stigler will be in, I think we decide 8 o'clock. We're going to do the Mountain West and New Mexico State season totals. Then Sean Ryder from the Albuquerque Journal, the beat writer for New Mexico Lobo football, is going to be with us right around the radio at, when do we do that, 9 o'clock on Wednesdays?
Going to start that tomorrow?
Are we not? Oh, I thought we were. All right, I could be wrong. Well, maybe we're not. I thought we were. All right, never mind.
Let's hit him up.
Bleep. I know Jerry Palm starts on Thursday.
I'm all in, man. Let's go.
Well,
football.
Now you got. Now I just said it. Hey, thinking about a bathroom remodel, like how cool would it look? You've been going into that. You've thought about it for a long time. You want to get rid of that tub, put in a walk-in shower. You're just looking to upgrade all your countertops, new shower, new floor, like just make it look good. Rebath of Albuquerque is the place you should call. Locally owned, locally operated, but Rebath is the largest full bath remodeling company in the country and the fastest growing. They specialize in full look and full remodels, so they do it all. Everything from floor to full remodel. Rebath of Albuquerque will help you with that. If you're looking maybe for some upgrades, maybe you've got a family member aging, needs some accessibility upgrades, they'll come in and provide ADA compliant grab bars so you'll know your family is safe. Maybe you just don't know what you want. You just know you want something. Tons of examples. You'll get a lot of ideas. You walk through the showroom or they'll come by you. I was in that showroom and just my head was spinning because there's so much to do there. This is a reputable company with a nationwide warranty, but it's locally owned by people you know. Cole and Sarah McCamey bought this company and are taking care of this community. Cole from Artesia, played football at the University of New Mexico, was the quarterback there. You remember Cole. Sarah, from a great family here, business family in Albuquerque. She is a graduate of the Anderson School of Business. This is a company that's built on efficiency and convenience, and they've finished bathrooms, full bathrooms done within 5 days. How does that happen? You've heard about all the nightmares. You've heard about all the stories about projects going on for months and dirt and the mess. They give you a crew. They dedicate that crew to your job, and they finish the job, and it's all guaranteed. Call them for an estimate. They'll send a design consultant out to your home. There's no high pressure. This is all solution-based. Go look at them online. It's rebath.com. Click on the Albuquerque site, Rebath of Albuquerque, and then call. Make an appointment at 505-312-8922, 505-312-8922.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in Autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66, built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66, built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself.
We'll watch the trade mill, see where does Brian Robinson end up now? He's a good back. He's lost his job in that offense in Washington. Bill had a big game last night, former Lobo. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck coming up on, what are we? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. What about 11 days away from Lobo football over on News Radio KKOB. They'll open up at Michigan on the 30th of this month. The Big House will be on NBC, and we'll be off and running. Expecting Jason X to start next Monday with us. I don't have a time yet on when Coach X is going to be with us on Mondays. Do know on Tuesdays, New Mexico State's Tony Sanchez will be with us at 7 o'clock. So right off the top of the show on Tuesdays, we'll do that. And we'll be off and running. Aggies open up at home on the same day against Bryant. Quite a different opener, man. They get their FCS early, and the Lobos will open up with one of their 2 money games. They'll go to UCLA 2 weeks after that. So 2 games against the Big Ten for New Mexico. 505-246-0610 is how to get in today. Emails Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com and JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. The baseball last night. So Dodgers and Padres had their big series over the weekend. 2 teams at the top of the National League West. They started the weekend with the Padres on top by a game. Dodgers swept them. And so LA's up by 2, and it's like, all right. And then Dodgers are going to go take a breather. They get the Rockies. Hell, warming Bernabel, a dude who spent majority of the season down here in Albuquerque with the big hit to win it in the 9th. The Rockies walk off the Dodgers 4-3. Giants beat the Padres 4-3 down in San Diego. So no blood on that one, I guess, yesterday for the Dodgers and Padres.
Man, Dodgers can't beat the Isotopes.
They can't.
Who would have thunk it?
They had won 10 straight against the Colorado Rockies. But now that they got to play the Isotopes, yeah, they can't handle that. Yeah, it would have been the 90th loss if the Rockies get to 100 before September. Today's the 19th. They don't. They do not get there.
Playing too good. One of the best baseball of the season.
6-4 in their last 10, dude. I mean, look out now.
It's a long season, and they're figuring it out at the right time. Make that push.
Figuring it out.
Could not be the White Sox.
Tonight, what was the White Sox mark? Is it 40 what?
They were 41-121 last year.
So they just got to.
So the Rockies need to win 6 of their final 37.
Yeah, they're fine.
Avoid that.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
I mean, tell me you weren't rooting for it a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you
to
were.
see the absolute misery of the Rockies.
It's still absolute misery, and they are still the worst team in baseball by 9 games. The White Sox are 45-80, and the Rockies are 36-89. So they're still 9 games worse than the White Sox, and the White Sox are really, really bad. But again, I go to that one number, which is run differential. And as bad as the White Sox are, and run differential is how many runs you've been outscored by, or the difference, how many runs you score compared to your opponents all season long cumulatively. And the White Sox are -80. The Nationals are at -151, which is really bad. -326. The Rockies have given up 326 more runs. I mean, that's just so. The pitching's been bad. It's incredible. And then the Giants last night did it to the Dodgers. So I'll give it to the Rockies last night, man. They got clutch hits. They pitched out of some situations. I was watching that is flipping back and forth with the football. Yeah, I don't know. You say they're figuring it out. I got the best run differential. I need worse run differential in Major League Baseball. Worst run differential. Oh, they're not even close. Do you know what it is? Well, they're close for the modern era. The modern era is -349. So the Oakland A's in 2023. No, I'm sorry. The 1932 Red Sox were the modern era, -349. So the Rockies are close. The worst ever belongs to the 1899 Cleveland Spiders, -723. They got outscored by 723 runs. The modern era, since 1900, the worst is -349 by the 32 Red Sox. And more recently, the 2023 A's had -178. So they've blown that away. The Rockies are on pace for maybe the worst of the modern era since 1900. I mean, that'd be something. Right? Put up a banner for that one.
Hey, whatever you do, you got to own it.
Yes. Put up a flag out that people can come to Coors Field and look at that one. I mean, yay!
I think that would be like in one of the bars across the street, absolute awesome moment. Like, have a night where you're like, all right, guys, we're dropping the banner for run differential.
Worst run differential
Dollar
since
drinks
1900. Tonight. Yeah. Find a nice little number. So the number, well, so let's see. Their run differential right now is -326, and the record I told you was -349. So let's say they get to 352, $3.52 drinks all night, right? If your run differential, you -352.
Ooh, yep. There's opportunity.
Yeah, no, I'm here for you. And it would be something. A couple other things. Phillies, who beat the pump out of the Mariners yesterday. Zach Wheeler's their ace, and he's going to undergo surgery to remove a a blood clot, which is it's in his upper right extremity, and they don't know when he's going to be back. This is a big deal for the Phillies, as they're trying to figure out a way to compete and be relevant in this whole thing. They are leading the National League East. They're 5.5 games clear. They need their ace, because if you say let's put them in the playoffs right now with Milwaukee, the Dodgers, the Padres, you're probably putting them fourth. You putting them ahead of the Brewers, Dodgers, or Padres, especially without their ace. They hit.
I think they can be on par with the Dodgers and Padres.
Okay. You got the Brewers at the top.
Right now, they give them the advantage. They're doing some amazing things in the regular season. They have 79 wins. But things get tighter. And you know what? I don't think that this is a death blow to the Phillies if he's not there, just because things tighten up in the postseason and you slide down. But I still really like Luzardo and Nola as your fourth or fifth starters. And if you're in one of the 5-game series, Sanchez and Suarez up top, and then you go to that bullpen where they made some moves. Got Duran at the trade deadline. Like, I think we're seeing it, postseason baseball. Yeah, that was an advantage that was taken away for the Phillies, but man, 4-man rotation with that bullpen, I think they're going to be okay.
All right. When we come back, the Browns have named a starting quarterback. It is not Shedeur Sanders. I'll give you that much. Tell you who it is and what the depth chart might look like in Cleveland. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All In Autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
High school sports.
Been set, and it's Joe Flacco who will be the starter. Wasn't really pushed. There was some buzz around Shedeur. Shedeur got hurt. Not sure I think this was ever in jeopardy. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM at AM 670 Sports Channel. Don't forget our big birthday bash is coming up on Saturday. 31 years the Sports Animal has been bringing it to you here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Saturday, Ex Novo Brewery from noon to 4 downtown. We'll have eat specials and drink specials and T-shirts to give away, and all your favorite Sports Animal personalities will be out there. Some sports stars from UNM as well. 701 Central Northwest is where we'll be. Check out all the details. It's on sportsanimalabq.com. 31 years of Sports Animal and headed into football season. It should be a lot of fun. Zero surprise on the Joe Flacco thing. I think you and I called this, 18 months ago. I mean, this is where this was going to go. I don't think Joe Flacco necessarily ends the season as their starting quarterback, but I think we all saw this coming.
We did. Now the intrigue is Shedeur Sanders that dude that can be QB2? What is the difference of how Shedeur Sanders is viewed by the public and that coaching staff?
I'm going to guess Dylan Gabriel ends up number 2 to start the season. Now, does it matter? It can. It can matter. Who's going to be healthy? I think is going to be the big issue. Shedeur healthy. But Flacco was always the favorite to win this thing. I don't think anybody really put pressure on him. He was a clear starter all the way through the summer. Mike Garafolo reports that we don't know how these quarterbacks handle themselves behind the scenes, right? He says, but the rookies received very fair chances to flash their potential throughout preseason. And it sounds like the coaching staff said, you know what, go. Let's see. Somebody go win this damn job. Sanders got the start in week 1 of preseason. Pickett was out with a hamstring injury. He was good. Then he gets hurt. So where do you go? Are they the worst team in football, or are the Saints the worst team in football?
I think it's the Saints.
Is it Saints just because of quarterback?
I think the Joe Flacco can provide better quarterback play than Tyler Shuck or Spencer Rattler. Now, if you go to the rookie at some point in the season, then that gap goes away.
Is it full roster, or is it all about quarterback with those two teams?
I think it's all about quarterback.
Who's got a better roster overall? I mean, the best player would be Myles Garrett. Mm-hmm. But after that, I mean, tell me what I'm supposed to be super impressed about the Browns.
I think they're similar. You know, you have Denzel Ward, when healthy, is a strong number one cornerback. The lines are pretty even offensively. The experienced players that they rely on.
I'm interested in seeing Mason
all right,
Graham play.
Alvin Kamara and Olave.
I think Olave's got to bounce back here this year if someone can get him football.
I think overall they're pretty similar, but I do think it's a 40-year-old Joe Flacco.
Yeah.
Provides that much of an advantage over Tyler Shuck or Spencer Rattler right now.
How do you get to a point in the NFL? And I'm really struggling putting this on Kellen Moore. He took the job, but he didn't buy the groceries.
I saw a post and someone said it. You know you're in trouble when your best quarterback is your head coach.
Yeah, he might be the best quarterback on the roster.
Can you warm up a little bit? Go sling it.
Get the lefty out there and chuck it. How do you get to a point where that's your situation? In the NFL, with all the guys bouncing around, how do you not get Kenny Pickett?
I don't think they...
Would Kenny Pickett be the best quarterback on the roster right now?
Yes, he would be. But then it would be, all right, Shuck was a 40th overall pick. When we'd be having that same conversation, right? When do you work him in? When do you give him a chance?
All right, but I'd have someone to start
starting
the season.
It's just like the Browns and Joe Flacco. You get there, I don't think they expected Derek Carr to retire.
Yeah, that's got to be right. Did Derek Carr retire after Kellen took the job, right? Did they make a call and say, is Stetson Bennett available? No, honestly. Is Stetson Bennett better than what they've got? Is Carson Wentz out there somewhere? Carson Wentz is done, right? Trey Lance won the backup job wherever he is.
He's with the Chargers.
Yeah, I think he won the backup job. I just look around and say, okay, this is the best you got. Like, with all due respect to Spencer Rattler, I kind of feel like I've seen enough of him in the NFL to know what he is and what he isn't. Jake Hayner's holding on. God bless him. He's getting a check. It's got to be Tyler Shuck by what, week 3? I feel for Kellen. And he's going to wear this because he took a job where I just don't see how we can win.
And when you look at, to get to the Saints schedule in a second, but Cleveland, and yeah, you want to see, all right, did you have something in Sanders or Gabriel? But I can also understand why the coaching staff in that regard, giving the talents of those rookie quarterbacks versus, say, Cam Ward or Jackson Dart in this equation, would be like, you know what, let's go with Joe Flacco. Because the first 6 weeks for the Browns, it's Cincinnati, at Baltimore, versus Green Bay, at Detroit, versus Minnesota, at Pittsburgh.
Well, it's not any easier than what the Saints have. Arizona, San Francisco, at Seattle, at Buffalo, the Giants, New England.
Oh, it's much more manageable.
I guess.
Potentially.
I mean, I don't know who's good, who's not. I mean, we'll figure it out. Bye week's right in the middle of the season for the Saints. I just don't know how it gets to a point where that's what I'm running out there. You know, they opted to not take a shot on Shador. He was there for them twice to pass up. They went with Tyler Shuck. Like, Shador there, I don't know, man. You know, it would, you know what, though? A rookie coach dealing with that circus. Maybe they didn't want to do that to Kellen. I don't know. I mean, but Kellen's dealt with a lot of pressure as an offensive coordinator in Dallas Chargers and then Philly. He's been in big markets and big places. Maybe there wasn't a lot to deal with Justin Herbert while he was with the Chargers. But, and you know what, that might be why they passed on it, honestly. You know, did you want to do that to him and throw that circus at him? But now you threw Spencer Rattler at him. That's a whole nother circus you just throw at him. And Tyler Shuck. I don't know. I need to see a little more Tyler Shuck. Have you watched any preseason with him?
Well, he's got the experience as a 26-year-old rookie.
Okay.
So.
I mean.
Check down city. Alvin Kamara. PPR.
Go, baby, go. All right, 505-246-0610. I mean, that's the deal there. Cam Ward, by the way, let's get into him next because the rookie's going to be starting quarterback in Tennessee. What they're saying about him, the leader that he is or is not, And is he ready to go? Is that a team that's got the weapons, that's ready to make the turn, that's ready to take over a division that nobody's really dominant? Houston's been winning it. But how about the number one overall? We'll do him next. It's the opening drive. Hey, how's your backyard? You want to be in your backyard a lot, don't you? That's kind of, it's like that place, right? You just go, it's yours, it's quiet, you can do whatever you want. It gets away from you. How's it looking? Maybe you want a total rebuild. Many of you got a backyard that could be better. I do. For me, basic cleanup. Great start. But you want something that can be really nice, you can be really proud of, that you can enjoy for years. LaBarge Landscape will make it happen if you give them a call. 32 years they've been doing it. They've got over 80 years of experience over at LaBarge Landscape. They've won the hearts of customers who dream about the gorgeous landscapes all around our area. Got a good picture of what you want? You want your landscape to look like it's in your head. I know what I want. Call LaBarge. They're going to get the job done. No idea? Call LaBarge. They'll get the job done too. They'll send a design team out. They'll create something stunning for you, and they're going to show you the designs until you know exactly what it is, until you're there. They're going to work with you on that. Maybe you want a putting green or a retaining wall. Maybe it's a water feature. Maybe you want all those things. You can have all of those things by calling LaBarge Landscape. They turn it into reality. New sod sprinkler system, LaBarge can install that too. Zero-scaping, so you don't have water? LaBarge Landscaping. There's still plenty of good weather ahead. You know why? We live in Albuquerque. There's always good weather. You can enjoy the outdoors. For me, cleanup. I got stuff that just got away from me, and my sprinkler system needed an overhaul. LaBarge Landscaping was the answer. You get years of enjoyment from a landscape transformation, and you're going to love it. Call LaBarge Landscape. The number's 505-345-3000. Area code 505-345-3000. Or go to LaBarge Landscape, L-A-B-A-R-G-E, LaBargeLandscape.net. Whether your project is small or large, the answer is easy. It's LaBarge Landscape.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games.
I love that. I don't need the noise. Now, yesterday there was a little scuffle. Cam Ward got into it with one of his defensive linemen, Jeffrey Simmons. He threw a touchdown pass to Calvin Ridley, who everybody loves this year in fantasy football. He went to celebrate, and Simmons went in and shoved him before he did his little Zombieland celebration. And so they got into it a little bit. Whatever. Are you not allowed to celebrate a touchdown in practice? What's protocol when you're playing against your own team?
It just comes down to how you feel on that day. Someone is up in the field.
Dan Moore, one of his offensive linemen, got into it with nobody touches my quarterback. All right, here's the point on Cam Ward. Their head coach there is Brian Callahan, and he says that Cam Ward has exhibited everything a franchise quarterback needs to show in his first 2 preseason games. Quote, "I'm very encouraged. The ball he threw that got dropped was an unbelievable throw. He's shown all the things that we need to see from an operations standpoint. Everything about Cam as far as handling the operation, being in the stadium, 2 road environments, all that's great," end quote. All right. I mean, the coach speaking there is incredible. It's unbelievable. It's just unbelievable.
Hey, it's better than what they're saying about Caleb Williams.
Yes, it is. And we'll go.
But I think it's fascinating just about what messaging you want to present. And Ben Johnson wasn't scared to put some of that external pressure on Caleb Williams and say, yeah, it's a step forward, but 2 steps back at times. We need more of this or that, versus just trying to have the safety bubble. Like, oh, it's been great. He looks great. What you put out there, that's what people talk about.
You buying into Tennessee?
To do what?
Be competitive. To be competitive.
No.
No. What are they, 5-win team? Tell me why they can't be competitive in that division. I think they're as good as Indianapolis. I don't, until Jacksonville shows me that they're going to do something. I mean, I like Tyler Lockett there as number 2. Everybody's screaming Calvin Ridley's going to be number 1 again. I'm struggling with it, but okay, I'll listen because it's like unanimous on the Calvin Ridley train. You on that train?
Well, you're on that train because if Cam Ward shows some consistency, where else is football going?
Yeah, it's got to go there. Okay. Tony Pollard and Tyjae Spears are your backs. I mean, they're going to have to be really good defensively. They're going to have to win games in the 20s. Right? Teens and 20s. That's where they're going to have to win. All right. But I'll buy into the Cam Ward. Right? Let's go to Caleb Williams then. Because how do you feel about the way Ben Johnson's treating that? Because that's not been quiet. That's been anything but quiet. That's last year's number 1 overall pick. How do you feel about the way that the noise has been coming out of there?
I'm fine with it because it's been consistent. Ben Johnson has come in. He's put some pressure on Caleb Williams. He's setting expectations. He's not trashing him publicly, but he's putting some salt out there. You got to be better. It's not up to expectations. You're number 1 overall pick. And Ben Johnson had opportunities last year, didn't like what he saw. And this was one you go in with Caleb Williams, his talent, the pieces that they had before rebuilding the offensive line. That's some good pieces on both sides of the football. And I can see why coming in, he wants to really set that standard and kind of put that pressure on Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams could get as many chances as he needs because he was not bad last year. The problem, the reason there's so much pressure on Caleb Williams is twofold. One of them is you're the number 1 overall pick in Chicago. It's one of the biggest markets. They're dying for a quarterback. It's been forever since they've had that guy. Now you got Ben Johnson who comes in, first-time head coach, guru. He's going to make you better. Fine, we finally got the secret sauce. This is the recipe. Great. The other reason is quarterbacks that were taken after him in the draft, I don't think it's arguable, were better than him last year. 2 of them made the playoffs, right? The guy who went second, the guy who went 12th. Bo Nix 12 with Denver, and Jaden Daniels, who is taking over the world. He's the next great thing, according to everybody. Let's see what happens, because so was C.J. Stroud at this time a year ago. What's the difference between Jaden Daniels and C.J. Stroud? Like 365 days ago, C.J. Stroud was exactly the hype that Jaden Daniels is, right? Yes. He was the number 2 pick the previous year, took a franchise from being really bad to the playoffs, won a game in the playoffs. Daniels got his team to the NFC Championship game. It was the same exact hype. Now, I don't know how big of a step C.J. Stroud took back, a little bit, but they still got to the playoffs and won a game last year at Houston. But C.J. Stroud's almost been relegated to a 3rd tier on this young quarterback list.
Yeah, and he goes, is an average season stat-wise, 20 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, first round. And I think some of it it's what bleeds over from the fantasy football, and he was like an awful fantasy football quarterback.
So that's what people think he is.
But when you look at it, and got to 10 wins, won your division, cover the strength of the division. Yes, you can talk about it. As you said, he got his team to the playoffs and won a game.
All right. Cowboy fan, check out who's starting your quarterback in your final preseason game. It is important because, well, I'll tell you why it's important when we get back. How you feel about that? Because you're going to get another look at him. 505-246-0610. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
Get your monthly pass now. Just
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, They're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom.
Phone line and text line. Deutsch says, we have a regular season live champ, Jeff. It's a familiar name that didn't win all year, and I can't wait to hear your excuses on why you didn't watch. One, why do they play in Indy? Indiana's for hoops, not golf. Two, I don't have this package or that package. Why can't the damn games just be on TV? They were. Three, there are too many other things on the tube. Why can't they move these post times to fit my viewing schedule? Dwight, I hate to disappoint you, and I did discuss this yesterday. John Rahm won live. Overall season championship. He never won a tournament. He lost the championship tournament in Indianapolis in the sweltering humidity in an extra hole playoff. They did play in Indy. I was fine with that. I do have the package. It was on Fox, regular Fox. So it was on TV, and I watched it. I flipped back and forth between that because it ended when Scheffler was about on the 10th or 11th hole. So I was flipping back and forth. And there are many other things on the tube. Why can't they move the post times? No, it fit my viewing schedule just fine, Dwight. So I'm sorry to disappoint you. And I actually did watch some live over the weekend because, well, I mean, it fit into my viewing schedule, Dwight. And it was somewhere where I stumbled into it. And it actually was relatively compelling because the whole season was on the line and the tournament was close. And it was named. So I'm sorry to blow your whole theory out of the water, but I watched it. I relatively enjoyed it. And I'm not a big fan of the way they present it. I don't need the team standings and that whole big giant left side of the screen leaderboard. I don't love that, but I'm fine, whatever. And I'm not a big fan of Arlo White on golf. I think he's great on soccer and other things. But other than, I mean, I watched it and I enjoyed it, and I'm sorry to blow your theory out of the water,
Tori. It's not as gimmicky, but to me, it'd be like if the Savannah Bananas had a lineup that featured like Aaron Judge and Pete Alonso.
That's actually really good. Yeah.
Where you're like, oh, that's cool, but I don't take it seriously. It's just kind of there, and if I want to tune in, cool, but I do like the regular thing more than the weekend Bananas entertainment.
And to further your Bananas analogy, because what I think is really good, I want to say it was the 15th hole. I don't know, because they do a shotgun start, so there is no first and last hole really. Terrell Hatton, and I know I told you this. You know they play music throughout the whole thing, right? There's always music going. Terrell Hatton, I guess, stands with his hands on his hips all the time, looks like a teapot, and they literally were playing the children's song super loud while he was on the tee. I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Here is my handle. Here is my spout. And the whole tip me over and pour it out, right? And they're playing over and over. And dude's literally in the Tour Championship on the tee laughing. And I know that's, you know what, that's beautiful. That's cool. And cool. It is kind of cool. Savannah Banana style, right? It is. To your point, does it feel like the Tour Championship or something that, wow, this is really a big tournament? They're playing. So I think that's a great call. I didn't hate that. I actually enjoyed it. I laughed at it. It made me smile sitting by myself on my couch. But yeah, no, Dwight, I caught it all. I caught it all. I'm sorry to disappoint you. All right, this is from Joseph. Joseph's been sending us a 31st birthday stuff that he sent over the last years. This is from July 18th of 2014. It says, out of season part 2, he says, I guess this is still relevant because the UNM women's team, with their consistent top 20 attendance ranking, still hasn't done much, but Johnson Center hasn't been renovated and the capacity sufficiently reduced, and Carlisle Gym's now approaching 100 years old. Will this team ever again get an NCAA bid? So this is from July 18, 2014. It says, nearly 90-year-old facility, still has ticket windows at the front entrance, a little renovation including some old wooden rectangular backboards along with a few nostalgic bottled Coke machines, and just start all over again the same way Don Flanagan built the program with 100 fans and 10 season ticket holders decades ago. I think he's saying, is he saying move the women's team back into Johnson Gym? Is that what that was all about? How would you feel about that if the women played in Johnson Gym?
It would be a gigantic step backwards for that program. It'd just be so disrespectful. Like, you can't, you have your locker rooms built, your training facilities, everything for basketball, and they're like, you know what, we're gonna put you in Johnson's Gym, and good luck figuring out what lines are what.
Yeah, it's an easy answer, right? I think you're 100% right. I think you're 100% right. All right, he sent me another one today, March 26, 2013. Little did we know, I think you guys came on the air for several hours on a weekend a few days later. It says, in Lobel basketball, this is from 2013. Quite simply, in Lobel basketball, the answer quite simply is never. They will never forget. Even though all 5 starters return next season, I think that some of them will find themselves coming off the bench. If the Lobos want to get to the proverbial next level, there has to be more consistent shooting. Pencil Bryce Alford into the starting lineup, and hopefully the other new recruits and redshirts will provide the ammunition needed to help UNM get over the top. JJ, that was a real conversation when Bryce Alford was committed to UNM. And Steve Alford said, you don't mess with Happy, and he just said, yep, I've agreed to a new deal. You ever think, what if? Like, we've never really had that conversation. The conversation always was, can you believe he left? Well, yeah, I believe he left, and damn him or whatever, or bless him. And, he went. But we never really kind of played it out. What would it have been if he stayed, if Bryce Alford was here and that recruiting, and Steve came back with that team that Craig Neal took to the NCAA tournament, and you would have added Bryce Alford to that team? Bryce, for those of you who don't realize how good of a college player he was, Bryce left UCLA as the second leading scorer in the history of UCLA basketball. I want you to think of some of the names that went through UCLA, from Walton to Alcindor to Goodrich to, just go on and on.
That could have been the Sweet 16 team. Because with Craig Neal, they're 27-7.
Yeah.
Lost in the second round.
Was that Greenwood, Snell, Kirk, right? Kendall Williams, is that right? That was that team? That was 2013, 2014, Steve. That's so long ago now. It doesn't feel like it was that long ago, but it was so long ago now. Right, but that was Greenwood, Snell, Kendall Williams, Alex Kirk.
No, Snell left early.
He left early. So, that's right, he left.
But it was Player of the Year, Cameron Bairstow. That's the way he was playing.
That was the Cam Bairstow.
You're like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
The high-low game with him and Alex Kirk was unbelievable. Senior Kendall Williams. Junior Hugh Greenwood. The freshman then was Colin Neal.
Yeah, but if you put Bryce the way he shoots on that, right? I don't want to do that to you. Sorry, boys and girls. Joseph did it to you, not me. He did. Jeremy gave me a time for another new edition of JJ Buck, Get Off My Rocks. I was at the Burrito Bowl place and asked for my drink. They handed me a regular cup, said it'd be an extra $3.50. What happened to the days when you could add on a bladder buster for 99 cents? The cup was so big it took 2 people to lift it. Them days are gone, Jeremy. What do you mean, what happened to them? You know better than
that. I thought that was only at a gas station.
$3.50. That's how they make their money. The margins on the soda. It's terrific. Gus says, OD influence, Jeff, this season more than any other. I've heard concern in Josh Sushant's voice. Albuquerque baseball already had this guy. They pulled another from the transfer portal. Now Colorado sent down another dude. Well, guys are only playing every 3 to 4 days. Where the at-bat's going to come from to keep everyone happy? It's not the OD. It's the Gus influence on it. Gene says, September sadness, Jeff. We wait for it all. Long, cold winter. We jones for it. Now it's here. Does Albuquerque's AAA franchise have one final run left in them to get back in this race and have a meaningful game down the stretch, or meaningful games? Or will it be another month of sadness, counting the days until February when the preseason game resume in Phoenix? The latter, Gene. There's no running them. The big deal is nacho. What is it? What's nacho regular nacho Wednesday tomorrow? They got all the big nachos out there, Gene. That's the big deal. That's what the season's all about now. Fireworks and nacho regular Wednesdays tomorrow. They got all kinds of like Philly cheesesteak nachos and what?
Why does everything have to be Philly cheesesteak? I don't understand that. But I'm not a Philly cheesesteak.
Dude, let me just tell you, of all the stuff that Chef added, my favorite meal this year has been the green chili Philly, right down behind home plate, that stand right there, kind of leaning on the first base side. The green chili Philly has been terrific.
It's like Philly cheesesteak nachos, Philly cheesesteak sundae.
Yeah. They got a Philly cheesesteak sundae?
Sure they do. They do everything with Philly cheesesteak.
We do everything with green chili. I mean,
but
we're here and they're not. I mean, I understand that. I know I teased you on the Cowboy quarterback thing. We're going to do that when we get back.
And what would the real question is, what would sell more tickets? Nacho Day, or you just trying to sell, hey, the Topes are a game back at the division lead today.
Big game against the Las Vegas Aviators. Come on out to the ballpark. Or, hey, it's $1 beer night, $1 hot dog night, nacho regular nacho night, bobblehead night, JJ Buck bobblehead night. Yeah, you're right. That'd be a great, well, it'd be nice to know. When was the last time they were, anywhere inside double digits headed into September? Just saying.
Because I wonder. And appreciate the die-hard baseball fans.
Yep.
They always talk about Josh Hushan. Are they at the game listening to Josh, or are they?
Well, they've been on the road. So
but I mean, like, usually, like, because I appreciate that if they're actually there, locked in, listening to Hushan.
He's so damn good, by the way. He's so good. All right, I'll give you this Cowboy story when we get back. Who's going to be their quarterback, why it's important, what it means, and where they're going, because I think it is relatively important. We just talked about backup quarterbacks. We talked about teams that don't have quarterbacks. Really? So who's it going to be headed into the final game? I want to hear from you today, 505-246-0610. We'll talk Lobo football tomorrow with Sean Ryder. We'll do Ryder on the radio, the Lobo. I think, have we confirmed? I keep saying that because it's in my mind that we're going to do that. What the hell do I know? Is he coming in, or is it just going to be a phone? I mean, he's welcome to. He's got to comb that hair, though, get up early. He's got good hair, young man hair.
Yeah, he's a guy that could be on TV if he wanted to be.
Yeah, he's got good young man hair. And he's really good at what he does. He's super detailed. I think you'll enjoy the Lobo beat writer. And the other thing is, Grammer gets way too much of the love. It's like it's all Grammer all the time. And Jeff's a terrific beat writer for Lobo basketball. But it's time to give the young writer a little love, so we'll do that. Hey, summer's coming to an end. It's almost like a new year, right? It's not just a fiscal year. When football season and school season starts, it's kind of like a new year. Make yourself a little like new fiscal year resolution. Take care of your vehicle and call on Spot Automotive Detailing. On the Spot Automotive Detailing is one of my favorite things. It's a great gift. It wins every time, and it's incredibly convenient. And best of all, they're great at what they do. They detail your vehicle. They make your car look, feel, smell brand new like the day you took it off the lot. It's one of your biggest investments. You paid a lot of money for it. With tariffs and everything else going on, you're probably going to have it for a long time. Take care of it. And here's the beauty of them. They come to you. You don't take your vehicle to them. You don't drop it off, need a ride back, sit in a waiting room forever. None of that, because they come to you, and while you're working in your office, they're outside detailing your vehicle. You get a text, you go outside, and bing. The thing looks and feels and smells brand new, and everybody's standing around going, how can I get it? Well, I'm going to tell you how you can get it. You just go to otsdetailing.com. Talk to them about paint protection film, ceramic coating to protect the exterior as well. Avoid the rock chips and the dings and all the weather that's out there. They've been voted best in the city. You know why? Because they're best in the city at what they do. On the Spot Automotive Detailing. I love this service, and I know you will as well. Book and buy. It's all online at otsdetailing.com. It's otsdetailing.com. You can thank me later.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient. They're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is
Book.
All right, you guys love you some Joe Milton. I get it. Cowboy fan, you love. Okay. And I'm not telling you shouldn't because of one bad preseason outing. And it wasn't just Joe Milton. The whole team was bad. Joe Milton's going to get another shot to make his case to be the backup quarterback in Dallas. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, J.J. Buck on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Cowboys head coach Brian Schottenheimer said Monday at a press conference that Joe Milton will start the preseason finale against the Falcons. Who else you got? Will Grier? Will Grier's your other option. Schottenheimer was asked why Will Grier's not getting a start. Quote, "It's not that we want Joe to win the job or Will to lose the job. We need to figure out more about Joe." End quote. So I know enough about Will. I need to know more about Joe. I know Will ain't the dude. I need
we
Joe to
need
show
Joe
me.
to win this QB2 job. We like him, and at this point, you know that he's raw. That's where he went in the draft. There's a ton of athleticism there. Like, he's gonna be the QB2. Plus, Jerry loves him as well.
How else do you take a look at that? I mean, I don't know how else you read that. Is that's my dude, and I've already seen enough from the other guy, and if go out and win the job, because if he goes out and soils himself this weekend, what do you do?
Call him Baltimore. Like, can we get Cooper Rush back?
Yeah, no, you can't. I think that ship has sailed, and so it's got to be Joe Milton because Will Greer ain't your dude. All right, I got a sweet deal for you, and I think you're going to love this one. It's one that it's only the second annual, but I think after the first annual, it became something big. And it's going to be the Harvest Wine Festival, which is coming up. Dean is here for a sweet deal. It's good to see you. How you living?
I'm good. Living large. Thanks so much.
Appreciate you coming in. All right. The Wine Festival, people love themselves some wine around here. This one is after 1 year has become really big. Talk about this, where it is, when it is.
Certainly, Labor Day weekend, all 3 days. So that's August 30, 31, September 1 at Balloon Fiesta Park. So it's the Harvest Wine and Music Festival, because we throw up 2 ginormous shade tents with 2 music stages, 13 bands, nonstop music, everything from local country and rock. We're partnering with Global Kirky and also the Native Guitar Tour folks. And we've got 22 wineries. There's about 200 different wines that you could sample and taste. You walk in the door, grab your glass, unlimited tastings, great food, silent disco. It's a great day.
It's at Balloon Fiesta Park.
Balloon Fiesta Park.
And it's 3 great days, in fact. And you'll go from noon to 6 daily out there. It's a 21 and over event, right? And
No kids.
You're pretty strict on
Come
that.
an adult. It's an adulting weekend.
Put the kids at the pool. Make sure there's a lifeguard. Somebody will take care of them. And you guys
don't leave them in the car.
Uber over. I'm sure you got a nice Uber zone.
We do. No, exactly.
Or Lyft if you prefer.
Yeah, over at the website, actually pretty cool. Starting next week, there will be some Uber discount codes posted up on the festival website.
What's our website?
So it's nmwine.com for the New Mexico Wine Association. Just head over to festivals. Make sure you head out the Albuquerque Festival, because we're also doing it in Las Cruces. But and the music schedule's there too. The list of the wineries and everything got going on. And after people grab this sweet deal, which is an amazing 2-for-1 deal, at the website they can purchase an upgrade for the VIP experience, and that is absolutely the way to go.
Here's the sweet deal. You go to our website, sportsanimalabq.com. You do it at 9 o'clock, because I think they're going to go pretty quickly. And you click on the sweet deal icon. It's 2-for-1, so you get 2 tickets for just $30. They're for 2 for $30. Yeah. They're $30 each, so it's a $60 value that you are getting for just $30. And again, what you get in. And I went last year to this, and I was amazed by it. Now we're going to be. Well, I guess I'll be back on Monday. We're going to Ann Arbor for the big global football game, but we'll be back on Monday, so we can go out on Monday. And we will.
Monday, we've got, so in our 2 stages, we got one stage that's hosting a songwriter competition.
Really?
Yeah, so we got 15 local songwriters going head to head, which is amazing. And the other stage is going to be Winter Rock. Exactly. So it's good. Yeah, every day is going to be a great day out there.
And you got great eats. So there's handcrafted goods from dozens of local vendors. So it's not that you're just out there and you got to pack a sandwich or something.
No.
You got great eats, but you go and you get your glass, and then you get to go around and you get a pour from all the different places, and then you decide what you like. You want to buy a bottle, you want to buy a case, you want to buy whatever you want. You walk out and it's like, well, dude, I don't want to carry it. You just get it at the end, and you're not worried about it. And it's everybody's in a good mood. This is one of those where it is the celebration, right? You got good music. Everybody's in a good mood. Everybody's typical. You got a drink in your hand, a smile on your face, and go out and just have a good time.
It's a great time.
All right, nmwine.com. Make sure you click on the
indeed.
Albuquerque Festival. The Harvest Wine Festival. It is Labor Day weekend, all 3 days. It's at the Balloon Fiesta Park. It'll go from noon to 6 daily. It's outdoors, 21 and over. That's it. And but nmwine.com is it. Is your website for all your information. Our sweet deal goes live at 9 o'clock, sportsautomobilabq.com. Click on the sweet deal icon, and you get, for the price of one, you get 2 tickets. It's $30 to get you in to one of the great events over Labor Day weekend. It's good to see you, Dean.
Thanks so much.
Congratulations on all the success on
Thank
this.
you.
We had a great time out there last year.
Awesome. More the merrier.
We're back. Opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in Autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
Private security's never been more in demand. You can have it. It's affordable private security. It's International Protective Service. IPS protects my home. They have for years. You see them all around town, in your neighborhood, at your stores. Why are they everywhere? Because they keep the bad guys away. Bad guys are out, property crimes up. You know this. Office shortage is real. IPS responds within 7 minutes or less when an alarm goes off at a property that they monitor. They've got standing guards available if you want eyes on your property around the clock 24/7. They will install alarms and camera systems with a state-of-the-art facility to monitor those cameras 24/7. All this raising the level of security around your home or business. Why are they everywhere? Because people are trusting IPS to keep the bad guys away. I do. I think you can as well. Who's watching your home when you're gone? Make sure it's the good guys, not the bad guys. IPS, 505-897-2420. That's their number. 505-897-2420. They're online at ipsglobal.com. Passionate about making Albuquerque and Santa Fe better and safer places to live and work. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. Dude, it's cold in here. It's like a meat hanger. Am I the only one who sits in this room all day long?
No, I did the same thing a couple weeks ago. Almost had to bring in a winter jacket.
On the way out this morning, I'm like, oh, you need to bring some sort of hoodie. And I brought a light little one. But maybe I just need to hang a parka in here.
It's cold.
Yeah, it's all right. All right, you're on the text line this morning. Mud asks, when is the first Lobo talk with Coach Eck at Sandia Casino? I don't know. I'm going to guess next week. Do you know the answer to that? Mud, I don't know. I'll try to find it for you. I'm going to guess it's next week. And what are they, on Wednesdays or Thursdays? Typically. Thursdays, right?
They've varied based on the coach. So.
Yeah, I don't know. Mud, I'll try to find that out. I don't know the answer. This one says, it's from Ronnie, Jeff, JJ. Teoscar Hernandez, Dodgers right fielder, had a crucial error in last night's game. With Teo struggling in right, you think the Dodgers should give up on Conforto, move Teo to left, Mookie to right. Alex Freeland is a natural shortstop, so it'd be a smooth transition. Freeland had a big hit coming off the bench yesterday. I mean, I don't hate the idea. Conforto is struggling. He's hitting like $170 or something along those lines. I've had a lot of Dodger fans ask me, why are they keeping Michael Conforto in the lineup? Because he's shown that over his career he's been really good. Do you hate? And Mookie's been playing shortstop all year, and Mookie's offensive numbers are down. I don't know. What bad idea? Good idea. Conforto's hitting $190.
How is he defensively?
Okay.
Because the only, if you feel that you're getting better offensively, then you make that move because you still got that hole in the outfield with Hernandez. But if you feel like, hey, we can take a step up offensively with the new shortstop, and I definitely think you think about it.
Shohei was playing right field, wasn't he, at some point? Can you not do that anymore? Is he just a pitcher designated hitter?
I think that's pushing the envelope a little too far.
Okay, that's fair. So that's what I got for you on the text line. Sid says Albuquerque / reply to Mr. Buck. Mr. Symbieta, Sushan often talks about 2016, the last year the Dukes almost made the playoffs. While other communities talk about actual accomplishments, in New Mexico we brag about what was almost done. We almost got a banner to hang in University Arena. We almost fixed our roads and bridges. We almost had Moses Malone, Bobby Knight, Microsoft. He's not totally wrong. We did have Bill Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, who balled out last night. Why is that a reply to you, by the way? What did you say?
I guess I'm just not on the same wavelength where I let a minor league baseball team dictate my emotions.
How do you not? Can I tell you this?
I spent enough time in that ballpark.
for the sanity of Isotope fans, for the sanity of the human beings that go out and love that ballpark and love that team, I'm not going to tell you there's more United fans than there are Isotopes fans. I would argue that the United fan is really passionate about their team, right? They're probably more like passionate about results game to game, correct?
Yes.
All right. They got 30 games and they're super passionate about win-loss. I'm glad Isotope fan isn't that way because there aren't enough bridges, man. Like honestly, if that's right, and I don't doubt Sid's right, that 2016 was the last year that they were competitive going into, that had a real chance. I mean, if you were that passionate, if you lived and died on Isotope's losses, it'd be rough. It would.
It'd be a long summer, tough early fall.
Meanwhile, you got regular nacho
I got my
night.
Philly cheesesteak nachos.
Damn right you do. I got bobbleheads and low riders and mariachis and green chili cheese. But damn right. No, it's a different fan base. I'm not going to tell you one's right and one's wrong because one's right for you and one's right for them. And it works both ways, and both teams get pretty damn good attendance, right? They're both at the top of their leagues in attendance every year, and Topes are running, hundreds of thousands of people through that ballpark on a regular basis, and United has great crowds. Just look at the headline of any press release. Doesn't matter what the score was, man. We had 11,000 people. Okay, you win. I mean, good. But it's a good thing for Isotope fan that they don't win it. They don't live and die by wins and losses. Paul Feinbaum's on TV calling Michigan despicable. The fact that they tried to act like they have legitimate national championship, they don't. Everyone knows they cheated like bandits. Everyone knows this thing stinks to high heaven. End quote, Paul Feinbaum. Was Michigan's team that the Lobos will play national championship illegitimate? They evidently were stealing signs against Central Michigan to beat Central Michigan, and so everything they did is illegitimate. Is like he's screaming like the Houston Astros thing? Is this rise to that level to you?
Because no one in the SEC has ever broken the rules.
No, hell no. They're pristine. You know that. I mean, do you find it illegitimate?
No.
They went one, right?
It's a piece of metal.
Well, it's a little bit more than that. All right, first Lobo talk. Mud, Tuesday the 26th. Is that next week? It is. First 4 weeks will be on KKOB due to conflicts with the Isotopes. Got that straight from the American Stigalo. All right, Lobo talk, Tuesday the 26th, first 4 weeks on KKOB. All right, 505-246-0610. How is that illegitimate? I'm interested though. I want to hear the whole argument that they cheated all year. That all the recruiting violations that other schools did. But Feinbaum looks serious about this, and he's convicted on it. He's the mouth of the South. He knows all. He knows everything. All right, getting engaged. Thinking about getting engaged. Thinking about jewelry, a watch, a ring, diamonds, earrings. There's only one place to go, and it's John Thomas Jewelers. John Thomas Jewelers has become my jeweler. The second I walked in the door, they've become my jeweler. A bunch of people I know have now converted to John Thomas Jewelers. They're just different, and they're different in a good way. If you are getting engaged, there's nowhere else to go. They got over 3,000 men's and women's bridal sets right now for you to go try on. If you want to design something because you don't love exactly what they've got, they've created something called the No Regrets engagement ring. You go in and design a ring with them. You see it in 3D. You preview it in 3D printed wax before it's made of precious metal so it looks exactly like you want. And then you give it to her and she says yes and she loves you, but maybe doesn't love the ring. You've got an entire year to redesign that ring. Even after you propose, there's no penalty, not even on custom-made rings. Their rings come with a free lifetime nationwide warranty, and their diamonds are hand-selected by John Thomas Jewelers in Antwerp, Belgium, which is the diamond capital of the world. This is an incredible, incredible offer. The no regrets engagement ring is exclusively at John Thomas Jewelers. Go see them on the 3rd floor of Lewis University building on Louisiana, 1 block south of Manal. You'll understand why they've been voted best jeweler in Albuquerque 5 straight years, voted one of America's coolest jewelry stores, and why they're my jewelers. John Thomas Jewelers, where Albuquerque gets engaged.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in Autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs.
AnimalABQ.com. JJ at SportsAnimalABQ.com. The Sports Animals Big Birthday Bash is on a Saturday of this week. Coming up in a few days at Ex Nova Brewery downtown on 7th and Central from noon to 4. T-shirts to give away and all kinds of stuff. Taco bar, food and drink specials. Prizes every 15 minutes. Prizes from All In Autographs as well. Birthday cake from Bitter Sweets in Rio Rancho. Look forward to seeing you at Ex Novo, 701 Central Northwest on Saturday. Jack, this is the get off my lawn one. Overpriced nachos. Jeff, when did the park go cashless? Well, I don't know, about 5 years ago. A couple weeks ago, I had a pocket full of presidents I couldn't spend, WTH. I pay for everything with a long green. It's easier when it's my turn to pay for those overpriced nachos to throw someone an Andrew Jack to go pick them up than having to go stand in a long line to pay with a credit card myself. Why is it local sports events are hell-bent on making it harder, not easier, on people wanting to attend? Jack, it's not local sports, but AT&T Park, where the Cowboy or stadium where the Cowboys play, cashless. They don't take cash. Like, everybody's got a debit card or a credit card, and now that you tap it, it's easier on them. It prevents fraud. They're not getting ripped off. Money's not disappearing for them, and a lot of people don't carry cash. You just tap it. Where the Raiders play, Allegiant Stadium does not take cash. I just checked on Invesco Field. While they take cash, they don't take it at vendors. If you have cash, there's a station where you can go convert cash to a card, and then you can go spend the card. Like, I'm going to go to Comerica Park this week. Tigers, they don't take cash. It's just the way of it. Period. It's not just local. I know we want to complain about local all the time, but it's been that way for a long time too, for a number of years. Fred, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. How you living, Fred? You got a credit card in your pocket?
Well, you know, it started 4 years ago when we had the epidemic. So
The pandemic.
But anyway, the reason I was calling is I don't know if you saw how Trevor Rogers is doing from Carlsbad. He's had a terrible career at Miami, and he finally gets traded to Baltimore, who's the last place team. But after his first 12 starts, he set a record with Baltimore after 12 starts of ERA below 1.50. He's got a 1.41 ERA. He's 6-2. So I just wanted to mention to everybody that he's finally getting a chance to. It's not a good team, Baltimore, but to be 6-2, his only losses are to the Cubs. He gave up 1 run, and in Miami he gave up 1 run, and that's how well he's pitching. He beat my Red Sox. The reason I'm calling is he beat my Red Sox last night, and so it was a tough thing for me to. But to have him do it, I'll take it.
It was palatable for you then, all right?
Yeah. Hey, one other thing. Cal Raleigh, I'm still on the bandwagon.
Yeah,
I started it out. Remember when he had 30 homers, I think, when I called you guys a long time ago?
Yep.
Well, right now, I want to get your opinion and JJ's opinion of the MVP. Cal Raleigh's got 47 homers. Judge has 39. Cal Raleigh has 102 RBIs. Judge has 91. But now the big difference in average is big. Is that going to make a decision? It's 333 for Judge, 250 for Cal. But I like your opinion on. I think Cal could win the Triple Crown, and also he just needs one more home run to tie Perez for the all-time catcher.
Yeah, and he will get it. And plus, and Seattle's in a position where they're literally competing for a division championship.
I agree.
And they're dead even with. I'm on Cal Raleigh, and I believe that voters. Well, there's 2 pieces to this. I typically voters will vote for the guy who didn't win it last year. However, there's so many voters that are east of the Mississippi that don't know where the hell Seattle is, that don't see any of their games. Like, because he plays in Seattle, it might lean Judge, but to me, and JJ, I don't know where you are. This, as we sit here today, Cal Raleigh to me is the American League MVP. Where are you, JJ?
This is as close as it's been in a long time. Because yes, you can look at the average and put that into the equation. And defensively, Cal Raleigh being behind the plate, what he does for that pitching staff, how he catches a game. This is so hard because the numbers are ridiculously close, and voter fatigue. How does that play in? Now, vote. Who am I going with? Let's go Aaron Judge.
Really? What put you over the top on Aaron Judge?
I think just the consistency to still have 39 home runs, batting average 333, OPS 1100.
All right, there you go,
big
Fred.
Difference on the home runs, and it's a big difference in the home runs and the RBIs.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
And Raleigh's hitting.
It's
what's
8
hitting,
and 11.
Yeah. All right, man. Appreciate you.
That's a lot. Okay.
Yeah.
See you guys.
All right, see ya. All right, I'm on Raleigh. I just think what he's done this year is crazy. And I don't know that I think there's a totally wrong answer. Would you say his OPS was? Is that what you said? On
Judge?
Yeah.
11.
As opposed to 949. Yeah, I'm on Raleigh. 102 RBI, 47 home runs, and it's the 19th of August. I mean, but that's for now. Let's watch this thing play out. But I think this is a pretty fascinating race coming down to the end. The American League MVP thing is. All right, we got another hour to go. 505-246-0610. Your emails coming this morning. Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com. JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. Got a lot of NFL stuff to do. I got a lot of thoughts on some college football stuff. There's a preseason All-America team out. We never really got into the reporting, and I think this can be significant. Injury reports. We never had injury reports in college football, and with the I don't want to say emergence, the growth of betting, it's become more and more. So I want to get into what that's going to mean. 505-246-0610. Emails. Again, Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com and JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. Whatever happened to the John Mateer thing? Did that thing completely die? The quarterback at Oklahoma? My Venmo's for sports betting. Just kidding! It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Net.
Take the pain, says your owner, GM. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Channel. Thanks for finding us on this Tuesday and on every day. Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck, you want to play radio with us, you're welcome to. The number to get in today is 505-246-0610. Your email is Jeff at sportsoundofabq.com and JJ at sportsoundofabq.com. Adrian's producing on the TV side. You can watch us. I'm going to put my hoodie back on, man. My ears are cold. My head's cold. You get a bald head like this, it gets cold in here. You know.
All right, I will get engineering on that ASAP.
No, that's all right. I'll bring in one of those nice Isleta, New Mexico Bowl blankets. Wrap myself in it. They're pretty nice. I like the pain. So there's this Netflix. Is it a series? Is it a one hit? It's called The Gambler and His Cowboys. That's America's Team. The Gambler and His Cowboys. There's a Netflix piece out on Jerry Jones and the Cowboys. And he talks about his role. He addressed the Micah Parsons thing. And he talks about his role as general manager. And you've talked about it incessantly over the last 25 years. Certainly a lot on this show, but everywhere. Jerry Jones says, quote, "I'm often asked the question, why don't I hire a general manager? I've had people that said, Jerry, you subject yourself." What, should I do it in Jerry's voice? Does they like that? Well, I'm often asked the question, why don't I hire a general manager? Well, I've had people that said, Jerry, you subject yourself to so much criticism, you need a buffer. I don't like it like that. I like the pain. End quote. I like the pain. I don't need a buffer. Jerry, you need a buffer. I don't like it like that. I like the pain. So he ain't going anywhere. He's 82 years old. And he's not going anywhere. He's going to be the GM. Not that you ever thought he would. Not that you ever assumed that he was going to hand it over to somebody else. Does that help explain it to you at all? Why he's better, or why he's been the GM, why he's been so absolutely adamant against hiring a general manager? Do you understand it now more? He likes the pain? I mean, I don't.
I don't think he likes the pain. He likes being the god of the Dallas Cowboys. Right. He likes making every decision. He likes the owner. He likes the drama. Right. He likes the headline. It's not the pain. It's just he likes that everything is about him.
That's correct. That's the right answer. Jerry, and the other part of this, and again, I don't know Jerry Jones, but I firmly believe that Jerry Jones believes that he is as good a general manager as there is in the National Football League. And we all the time say you got to hire football people to do football jobs. Well, I don't know. After 25 years of being a GM, isn't he a football guy at this point? Now, you can tell me he's not a really good one, or you can tell me he's a great one. However your perception leads you. He's a really good one because he's kept a mediocre football team absolutely relevant for 3 decades, and they haven't won anything. The value of his football team, and hence his investment, has escalated immeasurably. So, yeah, he's a damn good football guy. You look at some of their drafts, JJ, their drafts haven't been horrible. He had enough people in the room to talk him out of picking Johnny Manziel. Like, is he a horrible football guy? I don't know, man. Is he any worse than what they're doing in Jacksonville at times? What New Orleans has done? What Indianapolis has done at times? He's made some good moves and some bad moves, just like, I don't know, everybody else. I believe Jerry thinks in his mind, and I don't doubt he's incredibly smart, but he built his empire. And when you build something and you're so successful and you got bleep you money, right? You believe I can do this. And I'm okay with that to some respect. I'm a really good business guy. Yes, you are. I'm really smart. Yes, you are. So I'm going to lead this business and I'm going to run it, and I can run a damn football team. Okay. Now, after 30 years, does he know more about player personnel than many of the general managers, some of these young boy geniuses that are coming up? Maybe, maybe not. But at some point, isn't he a football guy at this point?
He is a pretty locked in football guy.
Right. So why would you think it's going to change? He's the owner. Now, if any other general manager had the results that he's had over the 3 decades, they'd have bounced around. They wouldn't be the GM for 3 decades. But he's not anybody else's GM. He's his. And he owns the damn football team. Nobody else does it this way, right? Is there anybody else in sport that is the owner and general manager in the face of franchise outside of Peter Trevisani? Is there anybody else who is like the owner and the face of the franchise?
That also is a GM, not that I can think of.
Right? I can't think of, like, the Buss family with the Lakers, right? So Jeannie, but she hired Rob Pelinka.
Yep.
Right? Jerry Buss was never the GM. He had Jerry West in there. He had all Mitch Kupchak.
Probably was a
well. He made
a lot more Jerry Jones early on, right?
Jerry Buss.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think when he first bought the team, and it depends how much you believe of that HBO series and what you watched, but I think he was much more active as far as relationship with players, paying players, making that thing happen. But I think when they built their dynasties, the long term, they turned it over to general managers. I can't really, I mean, Jerry Buss would be maybe the closest thing I have. George Steinbrenner, how about that? All right, with the Yankees, was that guy. And so it's kind of crazy, right? First of all, they're two iconic franchises. They're two of the biggest brands in their sport, the Yankees and the Cowboys. Can you do that if you're the Minnesota Twins? Can you do it if you're the Tampa Bay Rays? Can you do it if you were the Jacksonville Jaguars? I'm not sure you could. Or, well, I imagine you could. Why not? You own the team. But I can't think of many owners who have basically been the general manager. Right? And is that success? Is it not? You've got to decide how you gauge success. As a fan, if you're out running around in your Dak Prescott or Dez Bryant or Tony Romo or Troy Aikman jersey or Emmitt Smith, you're going to say it's not successful because you haven't won squat in 3 decades. But as Jerry sits there and evaluates his performance because he's his boss, right? You sit down every year and you have a performance review and how'd you do and did you hit your goals? And, well, the valuation of the team has gone up another 17%. Well, then that's a damn success. So you gauge success the way you will. He will gauge success probably on another scale. Edward, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Hello, Edward.
This is a great study. By the way, let me state this. I'm a fan of Jerry Jones. I think he's been tremendous for the league and the progression. I've met him a couple of times. Very nice gentleman, very cordial, at least in a public setting. We typically don't know these people, right? If people were honest about his ownership tenure, they had about a 5-year great run from 91 to 96. 5 years. It was a tremendous run. By the way, the salary cap started in 1994, and they've had very minimal success since the inception of the salary cap. I know they won 3 Super Bowls. 2 of those Super Bowls were in the pre-salary cap era, which I believe the modern era of football started in 1994 because the salary cap is so influential in how teams build, their roster. Now, as a businessman, and I've seen this happen in corporate America a lot, if an individual is highly successful in one capacity, they think it's transferable or fungible in multiple other aspects. They think, well, I've been successful here. Let me venture off over here because I think I can replicate the success.
And Edward, it works a lot. There's I know plenty. I got a bunch of friends, I'm sure you do too, who are really successful in business. Maybe a construction company and bought a couple of restaurants or bought some other businesses and were really, really successful. And so that just feeds that. And there's no reason to think they're not. If you know business, you know business. There's an argument that football's different.
Precisely. You just eloquently stated it. I think people can take their skill set and their ability to drive revenue and be successful and apply it to different aspects. The business process of being a general manager in football, it's been a failure for him. When he bought the Cowboys, he brought in Jimmy Johnson, and Jimmy Johnson orchestrated the roster and the facilitation of the team. And that's what dictated those 3 Super Bowl wins. Again, 5 years of really great success, and they've been pedestrian. They've been success. They've won some division titles, but I think in 30 years they've won 5 playoff games, all
4.
wild card games.
Yeah, I think it's 4.
That's a long time, and I think they're in the bottom 5 in terms of playoff wins since the inception of the salary cap. Now, you asked a very valid question. How do you gauge success? I think if you ask Cowboy fans, they'll say, well, we're popular. We drive television ratings. Right. We sell out, and the valuation of our team. well, that's not how I would gauge success on the field, but I think a lot of them justify in that regard. This is a fascinating study, and I think it should be unfolded more as time goes on. But we've seen this movie before, guys. I saw Al Davis at the end of his career where he dug in even more to his belief system, and nobody could tell him otherwise. And we're seeing it replay again, part 2. Have a great day.
No, that's good. Ask Lane Kiffin about Al Davis, right? And look, this is nothing against anybody. I think the older you get, the more convicted in your ways you get, the harder it is to evolve and change, right? Al Davis was that way. He was never going to be wrong about DeMarcus Russell. Right? There's that famous quote, and that's why Lane Kiffin got fired with the Raiders. Lane Kiffin was he going with like Marcus Tuiasosopo or somebody? I can't remember who. I want to say that's who it was. Because he didn't think JaMarcus Russell could help him win games. And there's that great quote from Al Davis, JaMarcus is a great player. Deal with it. Right? He wasn't. And to that point, Cowboy fan, you love your team. You're passionate about your team. You've grown up. If you are a 30-year-old Cowboy fan, it's like Zay, right? Isaiah loves Cowboys. He's never seen them win. 4 playoff wins in 3 decades? You've heard about it. They showed a Troy Aikman highlight last night on SportsCenter. You heard that Emmitt Smith was really good, and when Tom Landry, that dude who wore that hat on the sideline, right? But you don't know that they ever won. And that's like his tenure. Yeah, he won early. And Jimmy Johnson was a key part of that. You ever think, if you gave Jerry Jones truth serum and say, hey, if you had it to do again, would you fire Jimmy Johnson or would you give him a long-term deal? Now that he knows what happened since, do you think he would do things differently, or do you think he'd say, no, we just had some breaks, and I Jimmy and I just had we had to part ways? Which way do you think he'd go?
I think he'd stay on track.
I wonder.
Because it's one where you want to compete, and as a fan, all you want is championship. You don't care about everything else. But if I'm Jerry Jones, I step back, and you got a freaking empire, man.
Yeah. No, you
and
do.
It doesn't matter if you won a Super Bowl since then or not.
You do. You have an empire. All right. Love to hear your thoughts, Cowboy fan. 505-246-0610. Emails come in, Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com and JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. I got a bunch of texts from you. I'll get those when we get back. Continue this conversation on the opening drive on 95.9 FM at AM 670 Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66, built by generations past.
How to make coffee, dude. Opening drives on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. KKOB Golf Classic is Monday, September 22 at Tanawang Country Club, benefiting the Pace Academy of Presbyterian, which helps kids with cancer stay on track in school. Hole-in-one contest with big prizes, like a full-size Ford Bronco. It sounds so easy. I'm going to go win a Ford Bronco. I was listening to Candy. Oh, yeah, I'm in. Yeah, you got to make a hole-in-one. Never made one.
You get off the tee.
Yeah, you gotta get off the tee. It's all at newsradiokkob.com. Take part in that. Text line, and I apologize on this because you're probably right. It says, no Sean Ryder, ? You got so distracted every time you were about to tell us what time that you never really told us. Oh, well, I'll look for the podcast. Sean Ryder, Wednesdays at 9 o'clock. So the beat writer for Albuquerque Journal, right around the radio. Is that what we're calling it, or we got something better?
I'm in.
All right, unless, I mean...
I think you had some good ones yesterday.
All right, we'll play with those. Right around the radio tomorrow, 9 o'clock, and I apologize for not finishing that thought because I probably did get distracted. John says, good morning, fellas. Jerry Jones, the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, the epitome of being a narcissist. Maybe. Pretty damn successful one, though. But many of them are, I guess. This one says the Dallas Cowboys are a brand, not a football team. And that's way more fascinating to me than those 8 words or whatever it is in there. He might not be wrong there. Are the Dallas Cowboys a better brand or a better football team? And I think that's an easy answer. They're a better brand than they are a football team, right?
They are a better brand right now, but that's the game. Like, you can't function and run an organization the way fans want it to run, because they'll fire the coach every 8 weeks. They'll try to get a new quarterback every 4 weeks. And they're like, well, you didn't win a championship, so you suck. You're either elite or you're nothing. And owners I know Jerry Jones is the most narcissistic one. I agree with that. But if you own a team, yes, you want to win and be competitive, but there's so much more that goes into that on a daily basis than just thinking, oh, we didn't win a championship this year, so everything was a failure.
So, again, I'm going to go back to how do you measure success? Right? Jerry's sitting back and counting his money and saying, my franchise is the most valuable in American sports and it's worth billions, and I bought it for $110 million, and I'm making hand over fist, and everybody's talking about me, and I'm selling stuff, and we're selling the place out like I am an absolute success. Fans are going, well, damn, it's frustrating as hell. Would you rather be, and I know it's a different sport, a fan over, let's say, a year back to the next 4 years, so that 5-year window from 1 year behind us to the next 4, would you rather be a fan of a team that doesn't have a brand, the Oklahoma City Thunder, or would you rather be a fan of the Dallas Cowboys?
This easy. It's a team that wins a championship. That's why you're a fan.
So that's my point is there's many ways to gauge success. If you are a fan, you're gauging success completely differently than if you are him. And hence, is it a brand or is it a team?
All these are brands. The Kansas City Chiefs are a brand.
What's the brand of the Oklahoma City Thunder?
The Thunder are trying to brand themselves. Like, it's a
So they're a
business
team.
that you get into it as an owner. You invest in it.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, you want to win, but you don't make money just by winning. Like, there's other aspects to it, which you are describing.
I'm going to guess Oklahoma City made money. Now, they're not going to make anywhere near that. And
But
maybe,
they were one of the worst teams in the league, right, for a while. But you still had an ownership. You're still trying to build it. You're still trying to do things. Like, it's... The easy answer for fans is what you just laid out. You want to win a championship. That's why you're invested. That's why you spend your money. That's why you watch on game days. But from an owner, you can't function like a fan.
No, you can't. But yet your end goal should be the same, to win a championship. Now, it doesn't have to
But
be.
it's not for all these guys.
Well, I think ultimately it is. I think everything Jerry Jones is doing is to win a championship. Now, I don't know what the answer would be. And it might have changed from 15 years ago to now. Jerry, what is your main priority? You can do one of these things. You can't do them both. You can continue to make obscene amounts of money and grow this brand into one of the biggest, and it already was, one of the biggest brands, but the value of this team, and it's going to be worth $4 billion, or you can win a championship. And I'm going to guess 15, 20 years ago, the answer was probably just rake in the cash, right? Now at 82 and everything he's invested and realizing how damn hard, because I bet he thinks in 30 years he'd have stumbled into a championship. Right? I'm going to guess, and I don't know this, but at 82 now, and everything he's put into it, both emotionally, financially, everything, I wonder if the answer, I'm not saying you devalue your team to be nothing, but what's your priority now? And it might be to win a championship.
I think that's always been Jerry's priority. Like, and it just hasn't happened. Like, I don't think.
Do you think his priority's not been to just?
I think it's been to try to do both.
Yeah, I think it has. Yeah.
Like, absolutely. Like, I believe he wants to win a championship. I believe he likes money, just like every owner in the business side of it. And I think for Jerry Jones' standpoint, he said it before, he's like, all right, I can take ownership of this and make these decisions if it doesn't work. Okay, versus, all right, hire a GM. I don't like him. I fire him in 2 years and bring in another guy and continue that cycle. And he would just rather everything be his decision making.
Yeah. All right, I got one other on the text line. We were just talking about Jamarcus Russell. It says, my favorite Jamarcus Russell story. This one is so good. The Raiders gave him a tape, a video cassette at the end of practice to go home and study that night. And the next day he came in and they asked him, how it went, what did you watch the tape? Yeah, I watched it. Well, what'd you think? Well, I learned a lot. The tape was blank. There was nothing on that tape. Yeah. I mean, that tells you, right? Some guys do it to themselves. All right. The Colts have a starting quarterback. Who is it? I will tell you who won that job when we get back. JJ's ears and eyes just perked up. 505-246-0610. That's how to get here. 505-246-0610. Who's the starting quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts? That job has now been won. I'll tell you who won it next on The Sports Animal. Maybe you'll draft this quarterback in your fantasy draft. Where's your fantasy draft? Make sure you're there at Twin Peaks. No place like Twin Peaks to draft. Now through September 4th, book your fantasy football draft party at Twin Peaks and score big. You get a full draft kit, $50 kickback card for the commissioner, $5 kickback card for everybody in your league, and you can sip on the local specials and enter to win $1,000 in cash from Molson Coors. So go by there. Twin Peaks is bringing in the flavor all month long. Late night. Close out your late nights with flatbreads. $8. That's it. $8, 10 o'clock to close, Sunday through Thursday. Perfect way to end the evening. And if you love you some bourbon like I do, don't miss their rare bourbon collection featuring exclusive barrel selects handpicked by the Twin Peaks team. Supply is limited, so check with them, see what they have. But it's always something that you're going to love. And if you're looking for a job where you can have fun and make great money, text WORK4TP to 85000. That's 85000. They're hiring right now cooks and wait staff and bartenders and everything. So you can work at Twin Peaks and love that. See you at Twin Peaks. Have a good time out there.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient. They're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we're the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, With 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore. Just like riding a bicycle, I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with borrowed gloves. I grew up here. New Mexico is in my blood. I'm a New Mexican fighting for other New Mexicans. I'm Adam Oki. I'll be your champion in the courtroom.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of Pro.
Not going to let him play football. He's not going to get better.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what this means for him. If you're the Saints, are you calling them right now?
Why not? It's like Anthony Richardson versus Spencer Rattler versus Tyler Shuck. Like, there's going to be development. It's hard. It's not what you want. But everyone's saying, oh, he didn't play enough football. Well, you're not letting him play football. He's not going to get better. He's being the QB2 in practice. And then if you think you have that decision, like if he's not that good, then where Anthony Richardson is going to be is the next Trey Lance. And that's where we're at.
So I've been on this, and I want to hear what Shane Steichen says, because after Saturday's game against the Packers, where they both played, he was asked, what are the factors that are going to play in this decision, and his answer was, quote, the operation, the communication in the huddle, the checks, getting guys on the same page, the consistency of all that obviously is going to play a big factor in this. That was his quote. So, you and I differ on this one because, and while I don't disagree with you, the only way for Anthony Richardson to get better and to play football is to play football. And the knock on him, it's not even a knock. I mean, the reason that he has not been very good is he hasn't played a lot of football. I think coming into his NFL career, he played like 19 football games that he started, both in high school and college as a quarterback. You can come in and become a wide receiver and run routes and start late in life. It's hard to start late at that position. And how do you get experience? Well, you got to play football. The other side of this coin is you got to win football games. And Shane Steichen's job, the head coach, is to win football games. If he runs Anthony Richardson out there to get him experience, and then he'll win football games, doesn't matter to him because he's going to be gone.
Not necessarily.
If he's got the back.
The GM also picked him, and the GM is there.
Yeah, and obviously he's got to have the back of the GM on this.
and the ownership with it. It's all right. We got a 23-year-old quarterback we picked 4th overall. We have to let this dude play. If it doesn't work, then we move on. And if you become one of those ownership groups that sees that and just fires the coaching staff, so be it. Daniel Jones is 3-13 since 2023, and we're saying this is the guy that's going to save everyone's job.
Yeah, this is a resurrection of his career. It's absolutely a resurrection of Daniel Jones' career, if he can make it happen. If, in fact, and I want to hear Shane Steichen, this is how it had to go, right? He had to be exponentially better than Anthony Richardson in camp. He had to go out and win that job. If he's way better, and everybody can see, wow, that dude's way better, but we're going with the kid, what's the message?
Well, Shane Steichen was the head coach of the Colts when they selected Anthony Richardson.
Understood.
What did they not know about how this guy operates a huddle?
All of that's a fair question. Look, the day they drafted him, I said to you, I don't know that this works because he's raw. They knew he was raw. They knew he needed development. But to your point, how do you get development? You got to play. That's how you get development.
Now, Richardson hasn't been available, and that's hurt him.
Mhm.
But at this point in time, Anthony Richardson versus Daniel Jones, and you're starting the season with Daniel Jones, you are giving up on Anthony Richardson.
Until Daniel Jones gets hurt in week 3, and you got to go to the bullpen. And this young man's got to come in.
Like, if he can't do it, I understand. Like, if it's just, he's just not clean with the reads and the checks to the line of scrimmage. Okay, we got to that point. And that's what it feels like they're telling us right now.
Yeah, that's
is
what I
that
think.
he just can't process the game. And then that is on Anthony Richardson. That's on, the coaching staff who's acting like they need to save their jobs now.
And
who
the
did draft
scouting
the guy.
department. I mean, that's on the whole organization. They all bought in and took him with the 4th overall pick. And that's where I feel it is. I feel like there's going to be a Bryce Young moment in this. I do. Now, I don't know that it's going to go the same way, meaning Bryce Young is the Carolina Panthers quarterback. He was the number 1 overall pick. He was disappointing. He got benched. Andy Dalton took over that job last year, and then Andy Dalton got in that car accident, and they had to go back to Bryce Young, and he reclaimed the job, and he's now their franchise quarterback again. And he came back looking like a different dude, right? I mean, 100%. There's going to be opportunity. Daniel Jones, whether they're going to bench his ass or he's going to get hurt. No, honestly. Don't you think by week 3 there's going to be an Anthony Richardson moment? Week 4.
I also think it plays into a larger question of how do you ever develop a quarterback? Like, we've been spoiled
I'll tell you the answer.
the last few years.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy what Jaden Daniels did last year. CJ Stroud the year before that.
Well-
Bo Nix last year getting a team to the postseason. Like, having 6 quarterbacks from last year that everyone is in love with. Like, we have been spoiled. But there's also it has to be an understanding from ownership and just people in general that are we really at a point where if you're not a good quarterback 8 weeks into your rookie season, then it's firing the coach and moving on from everyone? Because that's what we've seen in some places last few years.
Now, I'll tell you. There's 2 ways, okay? One of them is the Jordan Love way, where he sits behind a veteran for a year and develops. And, he sat behind Aaron Rodgers like Aaron Rodgers sat behind Brett Favre. Right? And I don't know that I've got another answer. Is there another guy in this league that's done that?
That one's tough because he's
that's
in
one
this
way.
case he's stepping into a good team.
Okay, that's one way. The other way is you got to give him opportunity, but you got to see progress. Right? And I got to believe what Indianapolis is telling you is we're trying to develop him, but we're just not seeing the progress. We're just, to your point, it's just not there. He's not making the reads. He's not making the throws. He's not getting it in the right window. He's not getting it out on time, whatever it happens to be. I mean, I'm looking through right now. Josh Allen started right away. Tua started right away. Drake May started right away.
Drake May didn't.
Oh, no, he didn't. No, he didn't. You're right.
And it was one of those, the coach was fired.
Yeah.
Halfway through the season.
Justin Fields did. Lamar did, right? Joe Burrow did.
Lamar didn't.
Lamar didn't?
No, it was Joe Flacco.
Okay, so there's a way to develop. So that's kind of the.
But it's almost like the conversation is, if you need a quarterback, the guys that are sitting are going to really good teams.
So the answer,
Ravens are a playoff team. They had the last pick of the first round, got Lamar Jackson.
Yeah. So then the answer. I mean, there's no one answer, but an answer is get a year or two ahead of the curve, right? And get a guy mid to late first round, second round, and maybe like the Rams are trying to do with Stetson Bennett, right? And get a year or two ahead of the curve. But nobody can afford to do that because you got quarterback desperate teams every year. You got 4 or 5 of them. Every year, it blows my mind every year. We sit here, and now this year's an anomaly to me because there's like 3 or 4 teams that don't have it. But every year we sit there at the beginning and say, you're kind of set at quarterback. And by midseason, they need a quarterback. There's not one right way, but, man, you better have a plan. And it feels to me like New Orleans had no plan. None. Indianapolis had a plan. It failed. Or at least seems to have failed. Something, though. 505-246-0610. We'll wrap you when we get back. Everything you need to know as you go through your, what day is today? Tuesday? It's Tuesday. Get to the setup for tomorrow as well. Emails Jeff@sportsoutoflabq.com and JJ@sportsoutoflabq.com. You can still get in. Searching for your ideal venue for an event, and it's about that time now. You're thinking about holiday parties. I know it's still 91 degrees outside today, but you're getting to the back end of the year. Albuquerque Convention Center. I don't care if your event is big, it's smaller, no matter what it is. 20 people, 2,000 people. Right in the heart of downtown Albuquerque, the Albuquerque Convention Center has the space, the flexibility to bring your event not just to life, but to spectacular life. From small meetings and private gatherings to large expos, conferences, celebrations, the team over at the Albuquerque Convention Center, their service, their catering, go above and beyond expectations to make your vision a reality in spaces that are designed to impress. Every year, the Isleta New Mexico Bowl hosts our teams there for a dinner. Just emceed the New Mexico Sports Hall of Fame banquet there a month and a half ago. Spectacular what they do. Parking adjacent to the facility, easy in, easy out. Versatile spaces meet every need. It's more than just a venue. It's an experience. Art, beautiful, stunning local art on all the walls. Mouth-watering food and drink options. Your guests are impressed at every turn. Right there in beautiful, historic downtown Albuquerque, the Albuquerque Convention Center is the perfect location to make your event unforgettable. Be at the center of it all. Visit albuquerquecc.com for info or give them a call at 505-768-4575. Area code 505-768-4575. It's the Albuquerque Convention Center. Be at the center of it all.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Do we see a quarterback trade? And I'm not telling you a top quarterback. Do we see something?
Maybe Kenny Pickett.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, he's saying the Saints, but he's not healthy. We can't trade for him right now. Yes, you could, but then how's that helping you till he's back practicing? But I could see Cleveland actually running with 4. And the Saints are in an awful spot, and you've asked that question, how did they get here? I think they were kind of blindsided by Derek Carr retiring. The fact that there were 2 first-round quarterbacks picked, and and the other one was Shedeur Sanders, and everyone passed on him for a reason. He could go out there and prove everyone wrong. They valued, Tyler Shuck more than after Cam Ward and Jack Start in the first round. And I think Tyler Shuck is in that kind of what we're talking about is how do you get better? Well, you're just gonna have to play the dude and see what happens because you don't have been there, done that.
That one, I think you're right. I just don't know that you got options there. You know, Daniel Jones was an option. Daniel Jones, the guy who's played quarterback in the NFL and had at some point success. He did win a playoff game on the road in Minnesota, didn't he? I mean, that was him, right? I mean,
yes.
To me, that's the difference between him and Spencer Rattler. No, there's a difference. All right, what else people are going to be talking about around here? They'll be talking about Bill Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, the former Lobo running back, carried the ball 11 times for 46 yards and a touchdown. Looked really good last night, Monday Night Football preseason. Washington lost to Cincinnati. Doesn't matter. But since they're probably going to trade Brian Robinson Jr., it looks like Bill's going to make the team and probably have some impact there. So I think that's big. Dodgers lose to the Rockies, a walk-off by Warming Bernabel, the former isotope for the Rockies last night to beat LA 4-3. Padres lost to San Francisco 4-3. So LA remains 2 games clear of San Diego in the National League West. We didn't hit this. Matthew Stafford practiced yesterday. Well, that's great, man. He's a starting quarterback. No, this is a big deal. Matthew Stafford practiced yesterday. The news was positive, looked good. Lingering mysteries about his status. Nobody's committing about anything. Quote, Sean McVay, we're going to keep it, and he's the head coach. We're going to keep it day to day, really week to week. I'm not going to pigeonhole myself in any plans, and so we're just seeing how he feels. We're truly taking it a day at a time right now. We're trying to get our hands on it. We're trying to do right by the player number one and our team. End quote. Am I supposed to feel way better about that now?
No. The only thing that's going to make you feel better is a week before that first game, Matthew Stafford's out there with the first team taking snaps, twisting his hips, launching the football downfield, looking good, and they announce that Matthew Stafford's starting week 1.
Okay. Who's number 2, Stetson Bennett or Jim Garoppolo? They love Stetson freaking Bennett.
I think we just talked ourselves into Stetson Bennett last 2 days.
Well, I don't know that we have or not. I mean, you got to put them in the mystery category now, don't you? This was a team that people thought might be, not a super long shot for a Super Bowl. A terrific young defense, upgraded. As much as I love me some Cooper Kupp, and I do, and he's a great Ram. And when it's all said and done, I mean, terrific Ram. He's in Seattle now. Devontae Adams comes in to go alongside Puka Nacua. Kyron Williams has been running the ball. Like, offensive line upgraded. The Rams had everything. Veteran quarterback who's won a Super Bowl, and now veteran quarterback might be broken with a bad back. It's just crazy how, I mean, there's no other sport, maybe hockey with a goaltender, maybe, where one player can completely swing how you feel about a franchise. Is there anything? I mean, give me some. There's nothing.
The closest thing is a star level player,
like a LeBron James. Yeah.
But again, that chunk of them is still maybe 10 guys. And get this, so the Colts. Daniel Jones, their starting quarterback. Well, remember Minnesota at the end of the season brought Daniel Jones in to hang around and be a guy. Well, there's a chance now that the Vikings could be in line for a 4th-round comp pick in next year's draft, depending on how much Daniel Jones plays. Well, how about that?
It's great for
the sneaky vet signing into the season. He leaves in free agency, and you get compensation for it.
It's great for them. Text line is talking about Anthony Richardson. Says, well, guys, this isn't just another Trey Lance, a guy who didn't play a lot and who they saw a lot of high-level ceiling, but once he got on site, they didn't want to trust the organization to him. Can't fault the organization for that. They made a mistake. The other thing is the player can't take himself out of a game when he's healthy because he's tired. That showed the organization a lot more than him playing an extra series or two. There's a lot to that, too. The Herd with Colin Cowherd's next. Then the Jim Rome Show. Then 2 Men On at 4 o'clock. Isotopes baseball against Las Vegas. After that, we're back tomorrow morning with award-winning radio. We'll start at 7 a.m. Adrian looks great, as always, on the TV side. He is J.J. Buck. I am Jeff Symbieta. Big day for you?
Huge day.
Enjoy it. Be good to each other, please. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We'll smell you tomorrow.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has...
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros